Mic check. That's where I want to be. I want to be able to speak super low if I decide to, without what I'm saying cutting out. Yes. If you ever just pause, really pause, and observe your own life, suddenly you begin to realize that nothing is random. Everything is doing something. Sometimes it's necessary to be at the bottom. And more importantly, to be content in that season where you're at the bottom. Own it, because there's purpose there too. Always ask the question, what is life trying to teach me? What is life trying to show me? And if you're patient enough, the answers will reveal themselves. Let's be honest, being at the bottom does not feel good. It can suck. It does suck. It absolutely sucks. But it's also a necessary season of observation. Think of it kind of like downtime. When I used to come home from school, the first thing I wanted to do was roam the streets. That was my daily routine. My escape from life. My pops told me one day, he stopped me, he's like, hey man, sometimes it's necessary to give yourself some downtime. Just allow yourself to have some downtime. I'm learning. In that season, life places you in a very specific role as the observer. You get to watch in real time friends, family members, co-workers, people close to you, living their lives, for some, on what can appear to be a high. People like to talk that big talk. People only want to post the highlights. Social media's got a lot of people fucked up. And for some it is a high. Kudos. Things aren't always what they seem. From where you stand, you can see the decisions being made. You can see the shortcuts, the compromises, the patterns. You can see where some of those decisions are likely to lead towards unfavorable future circumstances. But because of your position to them, you're not qualified to speak on their situation. So you stay quiet. It's not weakness, that's wisdom. Because the advantage you gain is perspective. You get to watch situations play out in their entirety. Not because you want anyone to fail, not because you're hoping for things to go wrong, but because you're seeing things objectively while simultaneously reflecting inwardly. So you're seeing and processing collectively. You know the decisions that led you to where you are. You sit with them, you study them. The inner workings of you, your specs. You understand that if you expect, you must inspect. That's why it was necessary for you to give yourself some time to get away, to introspect. You begin to understand what to do moving forward and what not to do. You notice the details you never would have caught before, patterns you hadn't considered, consequences you hadn't fully understood. So now you're learning not just from your own mistakes, but from the mistakes of others. Believe it or not, that's a powerful position to be in. It's like the younger sibling watching the older ones go first, seeing what works, seeing what doesn't, observing patiently, and quietly collecting wisdom before it's your turn to move. The bottom isn't punishment, it's preparation. The observer always leaves the season wiser than when the season began.
Facts.
There's something about what people call middle child syndrome that goes deeper than just the label itself. Not the psychological term, not the stereotype, the position. The position of first watch. The position of the one who watches first. And that's not to take away from the oldest, the one that lives first, but the position of being the one who watches first, the one with the sixth sense, the one that learns early, the one who gets it, the one who sees mistakes get made ahead of time and quietly decides for themselves, nah, hell nah, I'm not about to do that. I'm about to do this all the way right. That child grows up observant, measured, and intentional. They don't move recklessly because they've seen what recklessness costs. They don't chase shortcuts because they've already seen that, hey, hold on. Shortcuts collapse. So instead, they build slowly, carefully, and correctly. That mindset doesn't disappear with age. It follows them into adulthood, into fatherhood and motherhood, into responsibility. Especially when men who are trying to be solid providers, present fathers, dependable partners, and disciplined leaders. Here's the part no one really talks about. Often the big rewards don't seem to land on the one who did everything right. You look around and see others sometimes, the oldest, sometimes the youngest, the swift, the strong, receive recognition, opportunities, breaks, applause. Meanwhile, the one in the middle, the one who held the line, the one who avoided disaster, the one who stayed disciplined, feels like they're still waiting. And that's where fatigue begins to set in. Not because they're lazy, and not because they lack ambition, but because striving without acknowledgement slowly starts to drain the spirit. You start asking yourself questions you never had to ask before. Does anybody in this world truly give a damn? Is there any true loyalty in this life? Is there any true loyalty in this world? Or is it all politics for the sake of personal gain? Does any of this count? And that comes with a whole bunch of what ifs. A bad case of the what ifs is just like, it's no different from having the flu or something, because it doesn't immobilize you physically, but it immobilizes you mentally, which then bleeds into, in a sense, paralyzing you physically. You start fearing attempting to do things. Damn.
Will it ever be my turn?
For fathers especially, this is different because the work never stops. The responsibilities don't pause. The expectations don't lower. You still show up. You still provide. You still lead. Even when the rewards feel delayed or absent altogether.
Wondering if I could get some cheeks up off here.
That's where many men struggle silently. Not from failure, but from consistency without celebration. No pun intended. Here's the truth that often gets overlooked. Just because the reward hasn't arrived yet doesn't mean the work isn't working. Oh, please believe that math is mathing. Middle positions don't come with instant gratification, but when they come with depth, wisdom, and endurance. The man who learns early how to move correctly is often being prepared, not punished. Prepared for some serious weight. Prepared for longevity. Prepared for the moment that requires stability instead of flash. Recognition doesn't always come when you want it. Sometimes it comes when you're ready to carry it without being crushed by it. So if you're a father, a provider, a man who's been doing the right things quietly, if you felt overlooked despite your growth, know this: you are not behind. You're not forgotten, and your effort isn't wasted. You're building something that lasts longer than applause. And when your moment comes, it won't be loud. It'll be solid. There's profound value in being at the bottom if awareness is present. It's so much better for an individual to be at the bottom
A low season of life
with awareness than it is to be at the top totally unaware. Being at the bottom with awareness is so much more powerful than being at the top and being totally unaware. When someone's aware at the bottom, they're grounded in truth. They can see clearly their position, their patterns, their environment, the trajectory of certain choices. Awareness at the bottom creates humility without hopelessness. creates hunger without desperation. People often mistake desperation for hunger. Healthy hunger comes with a high level of self-respect. It has standards. It has discernment. It knows the difference between movement and panic. Desperation, on the other hand, is like having an extreme appetite with no preference at all, consuming whatever's closest, whatever's convenient, not whatever's right. It's the difference between wanting nourishment, vitality, sustainability, and just wanting to feel full. It's like wanting to sleep with someone, anyone, just to avoid sleeping alone. No alignment, no intention, no standard, just urgency. Desperate individuals often sacrifice their standards just to quiet discomfort. Hungry individuals protect their standards because they know who they are and what they're building. Hunger is patient but active. Desperation is frantic but directionless. One is driven by purpose, the other is driven by fear. A fear that will always try and convince you to settle. Circling back to my point, awareness at the bottom creates humility without hopelessness, and hunger without desperation. Desperation is frantic, but with no direction. By contrast, being at the top while consciously unaware is fragile. Height without awareness lacks stability. Success without self-understanding cannot sustain itself. Without awareness, even the highest position becomes dangerous because the fall comes without warning or understanding. This is where acceptance becomes essential. Acceptance turns the bottom into a classroom instead of a punishment. When a person accepts where they are, resistance dissolves. Awareness sharpens and performance fades away. There's no longer a need to impress, no longer a need to pretend or rush the process. What remains is clarity. From that clarity, movement becomes intentional. Pace becomes personal. Growth becomes sustainable. Acceptance and awareness work together. Acceptance quiets the ego. Awareness opens the eyes. And when both are present, even at the bottom, that position becomes the most powerful place to begin. Understand something. Acceptance doesn't mean giving up. It means seeing clearly. So when someone says, "This is where I am," and that's okay, awareness naturally increases. The mind becomes quieter. The perspective becomes wider. Energy that was once spent resisting the moment is now available for understanding it. I'm learning something by speaking with the track playing in the background. The phrase, "let the beat drop," isn't just about waiting to get hype. It's about respect. It's about knowing when not to speak yet. Letting the beat become the metronome, the guide that ushers you in. Life works the same way. There's a guide, and the mistake is not ignoring it. The mistake is talking over it or letting the voice of others become the guide. The guide isn't external. It never was. It's always been within. And silence is vital because silence is what allows you to hear the guide clearly. Discernment comes from within. It's an accurately tuned internal compass. It's intuitive. It's intuition. If you can't hear the guide, it's not because it's gone. It's because it's waiting for silence. Silence doesn't remove direction. It reveals it. Silence is vital because intuition doesn't shout.